audience also know the topic that we are discussing today. How do you see actually AI impacting both the learning as well as the workforce development in the country? Any initial thoughts on that?
Let me just quote the Stanford report on AI, which is an annual report that comes out. So the 2024 report says that India has got the highest penetration of AI skills. Obviously, when you look at it, you start challenging it. How is that possible? You go deeper and see what is their methodology. Their methodology is based on the profiles in LinkedIn, where how many of the skills people are claiming they are using AI in those skills. Now we know how Indian CVs are, and let me not go any deeper. So India seems to be, as per that data, seems to be better off than US, than China, and so on and so forth, which obviously is not the correct thing. Data over here is a bit of a challenge. You don't have Chinese CVs with LinkedIn, and so on. So the point is that even though the data says that we are great in AI, the fact of the matter is that we are lacking quite significantly. What we are trying to do right now is adopt AI rather than build it. Largely speaking, obviously there are pockets of excellence where AI is being created. The second part of it is AI being used for skilling itself, right? And again, within that there are a couple of segments that we talked about. One is where it is used to impart skilling. Second, it is used for learning. So one is in the teacher side, one is in the student side. The third is in identifying who needs more, right? We need AI that also. So when people normally go and get skilled, they'll pick up any skill which is AI because they want to be AI skilled because that's put on CV. However, as most of us know, that there are multiple nuances to AI itself. About 7 8 years back, in fact, C-DEP is an organization which is a trade union of women, was actually training girls in rural area to use AI to do translation, to be able to figure out how to get guests into their huts through Airbnb. So they were getting the responses in English and German, and they were writing in Gujarati, translating it and responding back in German and English and so on and so forth. And that is the AI that's relevant for that set of people. And that is actually leading to income generation. So we need to be really focused on what is really needed. The second part of it is from a national perspective. If India does not start developing skills in AI in various areas, in fact every single area, then as an economy we'll start lagging behind. And it's something which, if you start lagging behind, catching up becomes becomes extremely difficult to catch up. Be it the nation, be it an organization, it is the same issue. And therefore, from a national perspective, we would need to have a detailed plan on how to do the AI skilling and how to use AI for the 3 areas that I talked about, which is from a teaching perspective, from a learning perspective, and from an administrative perspective and identification of which set of people needs to be taught what. Within that also, if you look at children, let's say K to 5, for them to use AI and learn becomes, it's not the same as 5 to 12 and then college students and then continuing education. So there are different kinds of solutions that is needed, and that needs to be put into a larger plan in order to really leverage AI and be competitive in the rest of the